Hallo kykers en welkom by die 247ste episode van Erongo Talk. Vandag kuier ons by die lagoon in Walvis Bay, want dit is mos Wêreld Oseane Dag. Ja, in ons onderhoud gesels Irina Ivanova van die Swakopmund Scientific Society oor die opkomende Whale Festival. Ons bring vir julle die nuus, Grumpy se fishing report, die weer en ook die getye. Bly ingeskakel, ons is nou terug. In vandag se nuus, die gemeenskap van Henties Bay word deur die dorp se burgemeester, meneer Lewies Vermaak en Daleen Aggenbach genooi om deel te neem aan 'n skoonmaakveldtog wat op Saterdag 26 Junie gehou gaan word. Daar word beoog om Henties Bayers van alle uithoeke by die beplande skoonmaakveldtog te betrek. Volgens die wêreldwye beweging vir Ocean, wat rommel uit die oseaan en van kuslyne verwyder, begin tot 90% van plastiekbesoedeling op die land. Die organisasie voer aan dat oorproduksie van plastiek en die afwesigheid van herwinningsinfrastruktuur in ontwikkelende lande dra tot die kursus by. Plastiek wat in die oseaan beland beïnvloed die planeet en dra ook by tot klimaatsverandering. Dit bedreig ook wêreldwye voedselsekerheid, ondermyn die gesondheid van die mens, vernietig dierelewens en ondermyn ekonomie wat vir hulle lewensbestaan op die see staat maak. In our second story, residents of Walvis Bay Urban Constituency are encouraged to apply for the Constituency Development Fund, which facilitate grants to small-scale community development projects. Walvis Bay Urban Constituency Councillor Dario Benson said that the objective is to assist and encourage self-reliance within local communities. It is also to demonstrate the interest of the Regional Council in the welfare and social development of the communities of the Erongo region. Priority will be given to projects that include significantly community contributions and involvement. Grants will be considered for community members living in Walvis Bay Urban Constituency for more than 2 years, and criteria set out in the application form, Benson said. Now there are limited applications forms available, and the application process closes on 30 June 2021. Erongo Governor Neville Andre also recently announced that local SME owners can apply for a loan to assist their business navigate the effects of COVID-19 pandemic. En dan ten slotte, Parys se liggies wink vir 2 plaaslike karatekas. Piano stuurman en Myvon Swart van Swakopmund sal vanaf 11 tot 13 Junie 'n Olimpiese kwalifiseringstoernooi in die Franse hoofstad bywoon. Die ontwikkelingsfonds van die Swakopmund burgemeester en plaaslike weldoeners wat vir hulle reis- en verblyfkostes betaal, maak die 2 se deelname moontlik. Nou die munisipaliteit van Swakopmund ondersteun jeug- en sportontwikkeling ten volle. Kiano en Myvon is deel van ons gemeenskap en ware ambassadeurs vir ons dorp, die streek, sowel as die land. Om te gee gaan nie oor 'n skenking nie, maar om 'n verskil te maak, het die burgemeester mevrou Louisa Kativa gesê toe die 2 karateka by haar besoek afgelê het om hul dank uit te spreek. Gaan kuier gerus op ons webwerf www.erongo.com.na vir meer oor die nuusbrokkies wat ons vandag oor gesels het en vir soveel meer uit die streek. Ladies and gentlemen, the community of Walvis Bay and the Scientific Society Swakopmund celebrate World Oceans Day with a festival that welcomes whales to our local shores in June. Now here to tell us more about the occasion is Irina Ivanova of the Swakopmund Scientific Society. Hello and welcome to our show, Irina.
Hello.
Yes, so who is organizing this event?
This event is a part of our annual events that are dedicated to the ocean, because in ocean every year the Scientific Society celebrates the ocean months.
Yes.
And these events are a collaboration of Scientific Society Swakopmund with the Namibia Dolphin Project and Reggae charters and catamaran charters.
Okay, so it's a partnership.
Yes.
Yes. So give us a brief overview of the Scientific Society and how do you become a member of the society?
Scientific Society Swakopmund consists of the Swakopmund Museum and the Sam Coyne Library and Archives, and you can become a member. You can pay 200 for ordinary membership. That is the membership for the whole year, and we have discounted membership of 180 for pensioners, and also the whole family can become a member for 260.
Okay.
So that's the annual membership, and then you get discounts, and you have the free entrance to the Swakopmund Museum for the whole year, and you have the annual publication reports of the Scientific Society Swakopmund, and our newsletters and emails.
Okay, so those are the benefits once you become a member.
Yes.
So back to our main story. Tell us about this event, the main event, the celebration of the arrival of the whales.
So in June we are actually organizing 3 events. These are 2 events are the presentations. The first one will be Whale Festival, so welcoming the whales to Swakopmund and Walvis Bay. And the first event will happen in Walvis Bay in the Namibia Dolphin Project Marine Education Center on 12th of June from 11:30 to 2 o'clock. And there will be the presentation by the activist Lloyd Edwards. He's traveling with the whales on the Southern African humpback whale migration route.
Yes.
He's following the whales, and he gives presentations all along the route from Namibia to Kenya.
Wow.
So that's very exciting. So he's going to give a presentation about whales, about the role of male and female in the whale population, then how different groups of whales travel, where they go, and how they breed. So all these are the questions that he's going to address in his presentation.
Yes, you mentioned 3 events.
Yes, 3 events.
Yes.
So the second event will be in the Swakopmund Museum on the 13th of June from 4 to 7 o'clock. We are holding the similar event, so Whale Festival 2021 in the Swakopmund Museum. And this time there will be the presentation by Lloyd Edwards, and then the presentation by Dr. Simon Elven on the whales in Namibia. So he's going to give a local perspective on whales and dolphins in Namibia.
Oh, so if you want to know everything about whales, it's the opportune moment to get your information.
Yes, that's a great opportunity to learn about whales, different types of whales, and especially it's beneficial for the children.
Okay, so tell me the third event.
And yes, the third event is the catamaran cruise. That will happen on the 26th of June. You can book your catamaran cruise with catamaran charters. So on the 26th of June, at 8 o'clock, so that's a morning cruise.
Yes.
Where you can go and try to spot a whale, because this is the high time to do it.
Yes.
The whales are
Migrating.
migrating now.
Okay.
Yes, and they are reaching Walvis Bay and Swakopmund, so you can really spot a whale.
Do you perhaps know why they migrate?
They breed,
Oh.
so they breed in the warm waters.
Okay, so
of
they're
the
going
Benguela.
around the
Yes,
point of Africa.
Yes, from the cold waters of
Waters
the
up.
Benguela current, they
Uh-huh.
are moving to the warmer waters
Wow.
to breed.
To breed.
So that's a
Okay.
very exciting time to see a whale.
So there's actually a lot people can look forward to during this festival. So tell us, what precautions have you taken to ensure compliance to COVID measures and so on?
Yes, according to the latest COVID protocols, we adhere to all the precautions. So there will be only a maximum of 50 people allowed to the presentation. So please be on time to get there. And we will also recommend proper wearing of masks,
Yes,
adherence to
sanitizing.
sanitizing
Yes.
your hands, and and all the other precautions.
Okay. So why do you think it's important to have events of such nature?
It's very important to protect our oceans. So when celebrating the World Ocean Day, we bring the awareness of the ocean pollution, and for example, these events about whales, they bring the awareness of whaling. So that's very important to make this information known to the people.
Yes.
For example, whaling, as whales migrate such long distances, they can be a connecting, the thing that connects societies, and we should also, communities. We should
Yes.
also stand
Yes.
together to protect the whales,
Wow.
because whales almost succumbed to exploitation and whaling in the 1960s,
Yes.
but now they are back to their pre-exploitation numbers,
Wow.
and that is very remarkable. That can be a success conservation story, and we should bring the public awareness of the nature conservation, so people
Yes,
know
I
how to
think-
protect the ocean.
Yes, and I think it's also Walvis Bay have its name from the whales,
Yes.
you know. So yeah, we are connected somehow. You are right. So how can people get into contact if they would like to make a booking or to attend the presentations, and what fees are attached to these events, attending these events?
The first event that will happen at the Namibian Dolphin Project, there is a recommended donation of 50 Namibian dollars, but kids are in for free. And the event on the 13th of June at Swakopmund Museum is a free event, but donations are welcome.
Yes.
And the cruise is a paid event, so you can make a direct booking by the catamaran charters by their number 081 129 5393 or www.namibiancharters.com. So you can book the cruise, and non-members of the Scientific Society pay 950, and the members of the Scientific Society get a special discount and pay only 800 Namibian dollars for the cruise, and there will be on board lunch and snacks included. Yes.
So to conclude, do you perhaps have something special for schools? Can schools reach out to you for information sessions and stuff like that?
Yes. The schools can call the Scientific Society Swakopmund or the Swakopmund Museum, and if you are coming in a large group, we still recommend a pre-booking, because we have to adhere to 50 people.
Wow, wonderful. Now there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Irina, thank you so much for sharing this very important information with us.
Thank you very much, Otis, for attending.
It's a pleasure.
The Ongwediva Annual Trade Fair 2021 brings you exhibition excellence and will be taking place from 26 to 31 August at the Ongwediva Trade Fair Showgrounds. The theme this year is Gearing for a Smart Economy. This year, exhibitors have the option to showcase their products and services at the Ongwediva Trade Fair Showgrounds or virtually via a special trade fair website. Apply for a stand at www.oatf.com.na. Call 065 230 191. Email info@oatf.com.na. The Ongwediva Annual Trade Fair 2021 is proudly sponsored by MTC, FNB, Nedbank, Ongwediva Town Council.
Good day, my name is André van der Kerk. I'm reporting here from the National Marine Aquarium in Swakopmund. I'm the curator here. The aquarium, most people, well, everybody knows the aquarium, one of the most visited places here on the coast. We're standing here in the tunnel of the aquarium. And actually, this is an interesting time because it's just before feeding time. So you can actually see that the fish behind me is getting very excited because they know it's about feeding time. Our aquarium is interesting in the sense that it's one of the few aquariums in the world that only host local species. Most of the people are familiar with the specimens here in the aquarium. I think the most interesting is probably the dusky cops, which have been here for perhaps over 15 years or more, of which the largest is already over 30 kilograms in size, which to any fisherman would be just amazing to get on the line. People often ask, if there's like a big turnover of fish in the tank, how often do we catch the fish, catch new specimens? Of course, we have natural mortalities from time to time, but we don't have that many fish that needs to be replaced in here. Always interesting to go out and look for new specimens. It's quite demanding on our coastline, because we don't import or buy specimens from elsewhere over the world. We only have our local specimens that occur here in Namibia. So it's all indigenous or local species. But yes, I think although the specimens in the main tank remain more or less constant, it's usually our smaller tanks where specimens change from year to year or from season to season, depending on what we can find. We have various methods of collecting specimens. We go out by scuba diving, by fishing, using nets, or simply just scratching around in the tidal pools. Diving every day or every Tuesday, Saturday and Sunday. So please come and look at a scuba diver feeding the fish. Otherwise, we open every day of the week except on Monday. So please come and support us. The aquarium is actually really reasonable to visit. The prices are cheap, really cheap. So for adults, it's only $10 per person, and for children, it's $5.
in Grumpy's fishing report. The sandstorm that prevailed resulted in terrible fishing conditions, says Grumpy. Despite these horrible conditions, the third interclub shore angling competition was held at mile 11 this past weekend. 15 angling clubs gathered to brave the strong berg winds and recorded wind speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour. Beside the sand and dust belting the anglers from the back, the strong seas also pummeled those brave anglers that ventured into the cold Atlantic. The wind also contributed to some exceptional forecasts, so there was at least some positive feedback, says Grumpy. The fishing, however, was really tough. Some anglers just tried to catch edibles so they could get on the scoreboard. Galjoen was the targeted species. From mile 11 all the way to the southern border of mile 14, the anglers got stuck into Galjoen. The southern fishing areas from Witklipper all the way up to the pump station gave less edibles but produced some sharks. Mile 8, Langrif, approximately 100 meters south of the parking lot, made the anglers to venture an extra couple of meters into the ocean. Now they stood about waist deep in water and thus managed to cast the bait out much further than anglers fishing from the shore did. The results speak for themselves as some big female spotted gully sharks were landed there. The legendary sandbank was another spot that the anglers hit with all their might, but there was no action this time around. Some of the anglers ventured to another hotspot called Drakatana, which, as the word says, really look like dragon's teeth. Here too one can wade quite far into the ocean. Mind you that the water is very cold during winter, so a wetsuit helps against the freezing Atlantic, advises Grumpy. Well done to all that succeeded in landing fish in these terrible conditions. Before the competition, Long Beach for a couple of days gave some decent galjoen. Warringby, far up north, also gave some good kop just before the east wind arrived at the coast. The conditions for the upcoming week look superb. Calm winds and mild seas are to be expected. Hopefully, the fish will play along and good catches will be brought home. Tight lines to all, and that concludes our fishing report for today. Ons bring dan nou vir julle die verwagte temperature vir die grootste dorpe in die Erongo streek, sowel as die getye. En dit bring ons aan die einde van vandag se uitsending. Julle kan gerus verder kuier op ons Facebook platform vir meer bedrywighede. Julle is ook welkom om by ons aanlyn familie van meer as 80,000 volgers aan te sluit. Gaan like en dan klik jy op die skakels vir meer nuus oor die streek en inligting oor besighede, sowel as produkte op ons webwerf by www.erongo.com.na. Stuur vir ons julle nuustips, foto's of video's, en ek moet sê, ja, die oosweer toestande. Ons het nogals heelwat foto's en video's ontvang en julle kan gaan kyk daar op ons Facebook blad hoe het dit gelyk hier by die kus. En ja, maar vandag is dit weer, die son is uit, die weer is heerlik. Ja, stuur vir ons hierdie goedjies na 08 1170040. Ek herhaal weer die nommer vir julle 08 1170040. En indien jy wil adverteer, is jy by die regte plek en dit is dan ook die nommer om vir ons boodskap na te stuur 08 1170040 en ons kom dan terug na jou toe. Onthou, COVID is met ons, sanitize, hou maar die sosiale afstand en draai jou masker en gaan kry jou inenting. Tot 'n volgende keer. Cheerio.